Namaha everyone. Hi, my name is Vaiteshwata. I am the CEO and founder of Ayush for Life, Ayurvedic Holistic Wellness Center here in Kitchener-Waterloo area, Ontario, Canada. And today we have a very special guest who is going to talk about male menopause. Yes. So we have, I'm just going to invite him in a minute. He is joining us all the way from India. I am going to invite him and he is going to join us. Give me a minute. He is joining us live from India. Hello there. Thank you so much everyone for joining us live from India. And we have Dr. Ravi Gogia all the way joining us from New Delhi, to be precise, India. And he, let me just introduce him for all of you. He is an Ayurveda expert having over a two decade of experience. He has worked closely with so many, especially male patients, and catering to their reproductive health problems. He gives them, find them Ayurvedic solutions for them, and he is I would say he's an expert. He has published so many Ayurvedic scientific papers in so many reputed Ayurvedic journals. He is a speaker at All India Radio. He has been giving it small health bites for over 14 years now. Wow, that's an accomplishment, I would say. So much of dedication all the way from India by an Ayurvedic expert. Thank you so much, Dr. Ravi Gogia, for giving your precious time and joining us live here. So today we are going to talk about andropause. A little kind of things like a scientific term. Let me put it in a simple way: a male menopause. So is it a myth or is it a reality? Does male person also have these hormonal changes as they age? So please give us the insight about it. What is andropause?
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Myself, Dr. Ravi Gogia from Delhi, India. I am very thankful to all people who are being here, who are listening my words, and especially thank to Dr. Shweta for inviting me as a guest, for sprinkling few knowledge regarding this term known as andropause. Andropause, usually people, they may have heard menopause, that is linked with females only. Andropause is just a new term. Perhaps few people may not have heard about it, because this is usually not used. Andropause. Andro means, andropause is made up of two words, andro plus pause. Andro means human male and pause means stopping. Whenever male performance, male sexual activities get stopped, that stage is known as andropause. Synonym of andropause are male climacteric or Adam. Adam means androgen decline in aging males. These are the two terms, other terms which you should know about it, andropause and do other terms also. So andropause can be compared with menopause also. Menopause usually linked with females, that is well defined, well characterized in all females and universal. That is abrupt, that usually is seen in all females after the age of 45 till 50. That remains that in that age pattern that looks to be there. But andropause is, we usually think that whether it is reality or myth. In scientific matter, this is reality. We can't defer it, we can't deny it, because this stage has to be happen in all males also. This is the process of degeneration. Degeneration we can't stop it, but we can delay it. How can we delay it? We can delay it through ahar, our diet pattern, our lifestyle modification. We can delay it because it in our classical text, this is mentioned that shirate iti shariram. That means body, whatever God has gifted to us, that is going to be deteriorated within the age span. As we grow up, this body gets to deterioration phase also. So we can't stop, but we can have it in rejuvenated form by following few Ayurvedic diet style, her, lifestyle also. We can have it. We can defer it. So because whenever there is a decay, because God has given this life, He will give it. He will return it back also. He will get it back also, because at the 10-year gap of every phase, there are loss of few virtues.
Yes.
First 10 years,
Yes.
10 years, there is a loss of balyavastha. That means below 10 years, we say that this child is having childhood. No need to
Yes.
say, no need to say anything else. He is just
Yes.
child.
Yes.
After the age of 10 years, we can make him follow that this should not be done. Your childhood has been finished now. Try to be mature now.
Yes.
After the age of 20, growth factor just stops, because
Yes.
before 20, growth factor remains there. After the age of 30, our glow, our facial glow, that grows up. Below 30, that grows up. Glow of our body, that goes to deteriorating phase after the age of 30.
Yes.
And
True.
after the age of 40, skin memory of the person, that goes on declining phase. After the age of 50, skin tonicity, wrinkles, skin tonicity, that going to be deteriorated.
True.
So at the interval of 10 years, every 10 years, there is a loss of few virtues. After the age of 60, there will be visual disorder,
Yes.
eyes related disorder.
Yes.
After the age of 70, semen of the person, that goes to be in declining phase.
Yes.
So
True.
each and every phase, we have to enjoy it. But
Yes.
each and every person has to face these types of degenerative phase.
Yes.
But how can we delay it? We can delay it. We can't stop, but we can delay it.
Right.
These are the measures. If we are following herbal ways, we can just delay this degeneration process.
Thank you.
Second thing, we should check it out. The setting of our andropause, when it is going to be knock our door. If it is knocking our door, we should follow Ayurvedic ways, herbal ways, in order to just delay it. So we should know the knocking point also. It can be manifested earlier also, early phase also.
Yes.
Generally, it after the age of 30, semen, that is male reproductive secretion, that goes on deteriorating after the age of 30. So this phase usually happens after the age of 40, 45, that goes to be exhibition, that goes to be exhibited or manifested. But
Right.
few cases, it can be manifested early also. In which case, firstly, in case of trauma or accidental case, or testicular disease also, or prostatic disease, if they are linked with testicular disease, so this phase can manifest early age also. These are the measures, introductory phase of andropause, which I have told to you.
So let me rephrase it, Dr. Gogia. What you said was that every 10 years, according to Ayurveda, there are certain virtues that keep declining in. And this is the way where we can bring up the Ayurvedic preventive side of care. So, so declining these virtues, we cannot stop it, but maybe by taking the Rasayan therapy, we can delay it. And that can actually help us in the delay of all these symptoms that come in. So, for example, we say the innocence of the child is till 10 years old. So let it be. Let the child play. Let the child, have all his or her tantrums be put on by the parents. But after the
Yeah,
10 years, the child starts to grow. And this is the beauty of Ayurvedic classical texts, that they bring these sutras or verses which tell us that every 10 years there is something that is declining in a human, considering that if your age is 100 years old. So at the age of at the age of 70 years, the seminal fluid of the male human, it starts declining. So even though if we give some herbal treatments, it won't matter. So the crux of all the nutshell, if I wanted to say, what we can comprehend from all our conversation is that at the age of 30s, right now we are in a world living in where all these things, they are coming in 10 years or 20 years earlier. So at the age of 30 or 35 years, if we start taking rasayan therapy or some kind of preventive aspect of Ayurvedic healing system, we can prevent andropause, and certainly a male patient can enjoy the reproductive side part of his body, right?
right. Dr. Shweta, I would like to add few words also. As you
Yes,
told me that our age has been decided by God since
yes,
time immemorial, that
yes,
our age should be of 100 years.
yes,
100 years age has been divided into four ashrams. First
yes,
ashram that remains up to 25 years, that is known as brahmacharya.
yes,
Second ashram is grast ashram, that remains up to 50 years. That means 25 to 50 years that remains.
complete.
Third ashram is vanprasth. Vanprasth means 50 to 75.
Yes,
And after age of 75, there is an ashram known as sannyas. So
Tanya.
God has given the right moment, right time period for enjoying each and every phase. We
Yes,
should think
true.
about, we should just check it out, the nature call. What we are learning, what we are hearing the words of nature. We should try to adopt our lifestyle. We should try to hear the voice of nature, how to change our lifestyle, how to change it. Otherwise, God has told us that we should, after the age of 50, we should stop having this grist ashram. We should,
Yes,
we should have a no inclination towards material things after
yes,
age of 50 years.
yes,
Sexual things should be aborted, because we
yes,
should try to have good vibes towards our life. But
true.
we have taken from nature, what we have taken from society, we should give it back. These
Yes,
are the ashram God has decided, so we should follow these all ashram.
absolutely. And what you're referring to, just for the audiences, this is the reference from the yogic philosophy. So all these ashrams have been described, or these are certain periods or social constructs that have been described in Vedas. So the specific reference I will be putting down in the caption of this video. You can just refer back to it, just in case if you want to read more about it. And so another level of another side of Andropause, Dr. Gogia, I wanted to ask was, so if a person knows that something is wrong with that person regarding the sexual health or the reproductive health, is there any kind of investigations that a person can go through? Uh, or is there any kind of features that can tell the person that something is not going right with the reproductive side? So
Okay.
can you give some highlights?
Uh, Sorry. Firstly, I would like to highlight few clinical features what we are facing in all types of patients having andropause phase.
Okay.
First,
Sure.
the significant that is feature is decreased sexual desire.
Yes.
As age goes on, previously 20 to 30 years, after 30 years, whatever desired person he has at the age of 40, that desire will not be happen. So there would be decreased sexual desire. Second one is the decreased spontaneous morning erection. These are the two clinical symptoms which are very significant. Afterwards, there would be lethargy, lack of energy, mood swings, irritability, and there is, whenever the person goes through intercourse with his wife, there is some sort of disturbance in his erection also. So
Right.
these are the symptoms which they generally feel it. So stamina for their exercise, that also decreases. These are the clinical features by which we can recognize that andropause has set in. These are the alarming phases, alarming signs. We should note it down and try to follow few corrections in our daily lifestyle, and few we should adopt rasayan therapy, as you told earlier. These are the measures by which we can just delay the degeneration process. So these are the signs, very important. We should note it down. If they are feeling, just try to correct it. Try to adopt all these measures as early as you can. If you will do it after the clinical feature, it will take time to just correct it. So better to adopt all these measures, which will I tell you later on. Preventive, how can you prevent this andropause? How can andropause can be started at delayed at later stage? So that measure should be kept in mind.
Okay. So, Dr. Gogia, if you wanted to highlight those modifications, those lifestyle or maybe dietary modifications, if you wanted to give some highlights to the audiences, what would you like to give?
Madam, firstly, would like to tell about causes also. Last stage, I will say all corrective measures. How can we delay this degeneration process?
Sure.
What are the causes? What are the causes? And afterward, we'll have to say which type of investigation, which you also just asked before.
Yes.
What are the causes? Commonest cause, that is the commonest cause and main cause of our andropause is low concentration of testosterone.
Right.
Testosterone is the male sex hormone, which is in high quantity in young people. Okay. So what are the functions of testosterone? Testosterone is a hormone that it is secreted by testis, that is our gonadal gland. So this is secreted by testis, and the function of testosterone is to that regulates the quality and quantity of semen, and that is responsible for building muscles and bone mass also. These are the functions of testosterone. If it gets decreased, so that will indicate that this process is set up now. So andropause, that is set up now. So what are the causes of low testosterone? We'll have to check it out. First, commonest cause of low testosterone are medication, which we are having, because whenever person says that we are having acidity, they usually take it as a home medicine, H2 blocker like ranitidine, simethicone. These are the OTG product. They just get it from chemist and have it. They have it for longer period. They don't know the side effects of this H2 blocker, anti-acid drug that creates trouble. So antifungal drugs, just like ketoconazole, antidepressant medicines, which we usually take it for longer period without asking from doctor. They just keep it for longer period. And corticosteroid, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, these are the medications which increases the possibility of andropause.
Right.
Second, chronic illness. The person is having chronic illness, just like chronic liver disorder, chronic kidney disorder. So they are just these are the precursor for your andropause. And person who is having faulty diet, late night diet, their agni would be disturbed. If the agni is disturbed, that means all system will have a deterioration phase. The person who does not go for walk, he does not go for exercise. So these are the measures. These are which create as a causative factor. Fourth one is the stress also.
Yes.
As we usually face stress in our life. Stress is of two types. Firstly is the toxic stress. Second is the huge stress.
Right.
Toxic stress means whatever work has been given to us, we don't do anything else for their work. We just think about it that work has to be done. No efforts are being done by me.
Yes.
Done by people. They just think about it. They take tension. These are the toxic stress that hampers our daily activities. Second is due stress. Due stress is very essential for our progress. Our exams are nearby. We have to study. And if I am studying, that means this is our target of my study period, that this chapter has to be completed in this stipulated time. So, use stress is very essential. We should adopt use stress. These are the measures. If the person is obese, having overweight, their testosterone level will be decreased. If the person is having alcohol, smoking, alcohol is not bad. If it is taken in excessive amount, that will create lower quantity of this testosterone. So these are the measures which causes andropause. So we should try to see these causative factor, and if we will treat the cause, remedy is there. And second thing, you have asked about investigations.
Right.
Investigation, commonest, the main investigation is being done for the sake of andropause is level of serum testosterone in the body.
Right.
The level of testosterone is less than 270 nanogram per deciliter. That indicates andropause is certain.
Right.
Other factors which makes us the diagnosis of andropause are clinical features and aging process. That means person is having 45 years old and clinical features are there and testosterone level is low. So that will mark the diagnosis. That will make the diagnosis of andropause. These are the points by which we can make diagnosis of andropause.
So let me just rewind for the audiences who have joined us live right now and maybe seeing this program later on at their convenient time. So what are the primary causes of andropause? How you can actually avoid or delay the effect of male hormonal changes later on in life is that, first of all, do not take any OTC medicines, over-the-counter medicines for long period of time without the consultation of your healthcare practitioner. This is a strict no-no. You don't know what that chemicals or medicines are bringing in the body. The second one is, of course, the stress, which is always unmeasured in everyone's life. I know at this point of time, in this unprecedented time of Corona, everyone is suffering. Everyone is having their own struggles, their own challenges. Working from home is a new normal now. So all this has set in certain kind of stress. So, taking some time out, doing some yogic practices like pranayama or maybe yoga asanas can help you relieve that stress. A simple anulom vilom practice of pranayama can decrease your stress to many fold times, and it can affect the hormonal balance in your body as well. So stop taking those medicines for a prolonged period of time because they will have a detrimental effect on your health. And the second one is definitely the stress part. Everyone has stress, especially those toxic stress that Dr. Gogia talked about. Try to drop it down. We will be telling more of the lifestyle and dietary modification that can de-stress you. Some of the self-care practices that are mentioned in Ayurvedic classes that can help you relax yourself and de-stress yourself. And these are the two main causes. And again, if you are going through, this is, of course, the certain section of the patients, those who are going under chemotherapy or radiotherapy, the hormonal levels also change, but that's another side of this that cannot be avoided because you have already another illness going on in your body, which is cancer. And then comes the chronic illness. If you're suffering from some disease for prolonged period of time, all the tissues in your body, all the dhatu in your body, they are being compromised. They are not being produced in the quantity that they should be for optimum health. So these are some of the main causes that can actually, if you can prevent them to a certain extent, you can delay the process of andropause. The investigations, again, it will be the checking in of the seminal fluid, the testosterone level. If they are below the reference range, that clinically shows that you are suffering from andropause, and you should be doing some kind of Ayurvedic therapy to help yourself for the next 10 to 15 years of your life. it's not about the, I would say, the sexual part. It's also about the strength, because Shukra Dhatu in the body, or the seminal fluid or reproductive health tissue, is does not only help in the progeny, in making the next progeny, it also helps giving you strength. And ojas, which is the altogether the prime, I would say the prime, a resultant of all the tissues. That oj comes in from the shukra dhatu. So it is a very prime dhatu. It is uh, the seventh dhatu in our body, and it is very very important. So coming to you, over to you, Dr. Gogia. What's next after the investigations? Can you give some pointers which can help our audiences?
Okay,
To give them an insight how they can adopt changes, Ayurvedic changes, to help themselves out.
ma'am, there are few sexual disorders usually met by all males. Firstly is the premature ejaculation. Second is the erectile dysfunction. These are the two disorders by being faced by all males. So what are the treatment? There are two sciences, modern science and herbal science. As per modern science, there is the option of HRT, that is hormone replacement therapy.
Yes.
Because modern science thinks that there is a deficit of testosterone which is creating this andropause. We can just combat it, we can compensate it through by giving artificial mode of testosterone. They are giving injectable form of testosterone in the body.
Yes, true.
Therapy is known as hormone replacement therapy. But there are lots of side effects. By seeing all these side effects, modern science has just ignored it and dropped its idea to give this HRT, because it has given this choice to patient by telling the side effects of HRT, and all people usually try to not to have it. What are the side effects?
Yeah.
First side effect is ischemic heart disease, blockage in urinary tract, and epilepsy also. So sometimes that may lead to death also. So these are the main side effects by which people try to not to have it, this therapy. Herbal science says that there are two types of treatment criteria. Firstly, the preventive measures by which we can defer, we can just delay the degeneration. Second is the curative treatment. What sorts of medication we can give to avoid, we can avoid these two disorders, that is premature ejaculation. Second is erectile dysfunction. What are the preventive measures?
Right.
Firstly, as per our clinical text says, first point is abhyangam. Abhyangam means massage. Abhyanga, it is mentioned that abhyang achret nityam sa jara shram vataha sutvat sunidra dadim krita. That means the person who follows abhyangam, massage with medicated oil daily, he would be free from jara. Jara means old age. Yeah. That means degeneration process will be delayed.
True.
Jara shram. Shram means fatigue. Person will not have fatigue. The person with person comparative person to endeavors, when person working style as compared to other colleagues, he would be more feasible towards as compared to other. So jara shram, fatigue would not be there. He would be free from old age. Jara shram vataha. Vata means vatic disorder. Painful disorder would not touch his body.
Absolutely.
These are the benefits. Sutvak sunidra. Sutvak means the person who follows abhyangam daily, his skin would be just like a baby touch. Very soft.
Moisturized. Toned.
Moisturized. Second thing, tonification would be there. Sunidra. Sleep pattern of that person is very sound. So, dadim krita. That means muscles will be very tonified, and these advantage would be given to the person. He would be given to the person who follows abhyangam daily. So, by having abhyangam massage daily, we can defer. We can just delay our degeneration. Degeneration. This is our andropause degenerative process. If it is delayed, that means andropause will be delayed. And we should not take bath with the warm water. If you are taking warm water bath, that will delay, because we should have lukewarm water or cold water. That is the best way to, in order to maintain your reproductive health. Third one is the stress. How can we modulate? How can you reduce the stress? By Ayurvedic means, firstly is the meditation, walk, and third one is the Shirodhara. Shirodhara is comes under Panchkarma therapy. Shirodhara is the process by which medicated oil is poured over forehead. That is, the duration of this Shirodhara is 45 minutes to 60 minutes. That will give you relaxation through all means, physically, mentally. That will give you best mode of your relaxation. So Shirodhara is the best measured through Ayurvedic means, which comes under Panchkarma. You can go to any Panchkarma center, whether it's Canada or India, and you can talk to expert doctor who are doing this Panchkarma. You can avail this Shirodhara. That will decrease your stress. And that is other is Nasya therapy. Nasya means installation of medicated oil, few drops, 2 to 3 drops in our nostril. That will increase your dhi, dhriti, smriti. Dhi means intellectual. Dhriti means concentration. Smriti means that is your memory. So Nasya is the best therapy for all our upper respiratory tract disorder. Second, this increases our cognitive function. That increasing cognitive function of our brain. That will activate your body, activate your personality. These are the measures. And try to do exercise daily. The person who does exercise daily at park, that is the best mode of treatment to defer this andropause. But try to do in modulated form. Try to not to do less exercise or high exercise. High exercise means high dose exercise that may lead to trouble. Okay, that may lead to an injury also. Have a modulated form of exercise. When to stop? When our body says that stop, I am just tired now, and the person feels sweating over his forehead, try to stop that exercise. Exercise is the best way. Person who does exercise, 100% andropause will be deferred or delayed. So these are the measures by which we can do it. Second thing, sleep. Ahar, Nidra, Brahmacharya. Ahar, Nidra, exercise. These are the 3 pillars of the body. Sub-pillars. We can say sub-pillar. Sleep should be of 6 to 8 hours. It should be sound. If the person applies a few oil before sleep over soul, he will have a sound sleep. Try to have sleep at dim light, or ambience of your retiring room should be very good. Second, apply any oil over towards your soul. That will give you relaxation phase. That will increase your visual power also. So try to not to have alcohol, smoking, because we don't know the exact duration, exact moderation also. Which one is moderate, which one is excessive. Try to not to have it. If you are taking alcohol, try to have it in moderate form. Otherwise, not to have it. Fourth one, as per Dr. Shweta told you earlier also, Rasayanam therapy. Rasayan is the state drug. These are a set of few drugs which are essential for the deferment and delaying process of your degeneration. So Rasayan, how can you define it? Rasayan is a term made up of 2 words, Ras plus Ayan. Ras means nutrition, Ayan means transportation. That means nutrition is being transported to our tissues for their rejuvenation. That will increase your mental competence. That will defer your degeneration.
Right.
If you are delaying this degeneration, that means your andropause will be delayed. So Rasayan therapy plays an important role for deferring, for delaying this degeneration. In another term, we can say labhopaya hui shastranam rasadinam rasayanam. That means it is the process by which best tissues. There are 7 tissues for our building of the body. These are the process. It is the process by which best tissues are formed for our rejuvenation. So which rasayanas are given for the sake of reproductive health? Firstly is the ashwagandha, shatavari, brahmi. These these are the mode of treatment. Rasayan is the mode of treatment. These are set of drugs which modulate our immunity also. These are known as immunomodulator also, that rejuvenate our body, that decreases our biological clock, that decreases speed of your biological clock. We can't stop it, but we can decrease it. So this is the best way to have this Rasayan therapy for the sake of andropause. Last one is the Bajikaran. Bajikaran is a set of drugs which increases the sexual performance of the patient having andropause. That will increase the sexual performance. Second, that will increase the quality and quantity of semen also.
Definitely.
In other terms, we can say this is a process by which Bajikaran, that means this is a process by which the person can be made just like ox. That performance will be enhanced.
Absolutely.
So, what are the examples of Bajikaran Oshad, Bajikaran medication which we are giving to the patient having andropause? Firstly is the conch, that is kavach. Okay. Second is the ashwagandha and shatavari, jyotishmati. These are the Brahmi Rasayan and Bajikaran also. So these are the medication we can use it for, use it as a preventive treatment for andropause. What are the curative treatment? Curative treatment, I am telling you two tips for your two troubles. Firstly is the premature ejaculation. You may have heard about dry dates. Dry dates, and try to immerse 2 to 3 dry dates in 1 glass of warm milk. Boil it for 2-3 times, and after having this boiling phase, just keep it off and just filter it and have this dry date and have followed by warm milk. That will increase your sustainability of your semen. That will give you a cure for premature ejaculation.
Right.
Second one is the Arjun Chal. Arjun Chal. You may have heard about bark of Arjun. Arjun Chal, that is known as Arjun Chal decoction. That is decoction that will help for your premature ejaculation. How can you prepare? Just listen it properly. Have 1/2 teaspoon of Arjun Chal powder and keep it in, just pour it in 1 glass of milk and just pour it in kettle and boil it in sim flame. After 20 minutes, whenever boiling phase is going on, after 20 minutes, that will remain up to 1 cup. Filter it, have it. That will increase your stamina, that will increase your viscosity of your semen, and that will give you a cure for premature ejaculation. Second point is erectile dysfunction.
Right.
The person willing to have intercourse with his wife, he may have no non-erection. So how can we combat it? Local application of ashwagandha tel on your organ, reproductive organ, and that will increase the size. Second, that will increase the blood supply of our organ also. Second oil is Shri Gopal tel. That can be applied over the genital organ, but try to not to apply that oil on tip of the reproductive organ, just below the area of just leave that area of tip and apply over there. And a new thing which I want to share it with you, whenever you have a bath, just apply Shri Gopal tel in our anal area. That will give you nutrition toward your perineal muscle. Right. Perineal muscle, that is very important. That plays a very important role for your erectile dysfunction. So better to give nutrition towards that perineal muscle. So these are the measures by which we can do it. And Bajikaran Shad, I will just one thing was forgotten by me. That is Tulsi Bee Churn and Mulethi Churn. Mulethi, that you maybe heard about Mulethi. Mulethi is 100 times sweeter than sugar. Try to, for diabetes patient, we should not have it. But Tulsi Bee Churn, that gives a aphrodisiac effect for combating this andropause. These are the
Right.
details which I have given to you.
Right. So you have given us ample amount of information, Dr. Gogia, and I just want to repeat it for all the audiences who have joined us live and who will be watching us this program late at their time, convenient time. So what you have, the insights that I remember, there's lots and lots of information, and I'm sure people can replay this program, which will be uploaded on our IGTV. So first, you said that the modifications starting from the lifestyle, we should be doing abhyangam, which is basically the massaging whole of your body with maybe a humble coconut oil at home if you have. If you have any other Ayurvedic oil, you can even use that. And doing it consistently, patiently, every day before bathing. And then second point is doing exercise. Any point, any form of physical activity is good for you. It increases the fire element, the agni in your body. It increases the arm. It decreases the arm dosha, which is basically the toxin in the cells that are building it up. So it decreases that and it increases the agni. It digests your food and your food gets into the tissue elements to give them strength. So the ultimate goal here is that you should be doing any kind of physical activity. Now, physical activity, some people like going to the gym, some like weight training, some like cardio training. Our main objective is you should be feeling tired, yet very like after the exercise, when you feel your muscles are have that lactic acid built up, still you feel like you have done something in a productive way. You should feel like that. So excessive form of exercising in the gym for 2 hours or 3 hours is not suggested at all. That will actually deplete all the tissue elements in your body, and we both that's the last thing in our mind when it comes to andropause. Then comes first of all the massage, then comes the exercise, and the third comes the nasya. So we say in Ayurveda, nasa hi sirso dwaram. This is the gateway to your brain, and brain is the ultimate most important organ of our body. So gateway should be protected by instilling some of the Ayurvedic oils in the form of drops. So as per both of our expertise, I would suggest all the people who are wanted to opt for Nasya treatment, go start from the low dose from 1 drop, and then they can slowly increase it. But again, with the consultation of an Ayurvedic doctor, do not do this by your own knowledge. So always consult an expert before doing this. But still, you can practice smearing the inner side of your nostrils by using coconut oil and even almond oil, even ghee. Ghee is also very good for installation of Pratimarsh. That's the technical term. You need not to remember it. Then comes the fourth point, which is Padabhyang. So exclusively massaging the feet of your body with oil during night, and take it as a night routine. Do Padabhyanga for 10 minutes and see how it is good for overall de-stressing yourself. Meditation, for some people it works, for some people they find it very annoying and they cannot align themselves in, so that's okay. Start, but you have to start somewhere. So pranayama, and then meditation techniques, going out, walking, seeing the nature. We are the part of nature. We cannot separate ourselves from nature. We are also a part of it. Go out, see the nature. Having that screen time 8 to 9 or 10 hours in a day can actually be very detrimental to our health. So going out, having that physical form of exercise, or maybe a simple walking, can decrease that stress levels, the cortisol level in your body, and can increase the hormonal level, which is the testosterone here we are talking about, can increase it to a level where you can prevent it. Again, testosterone level will drop down as you age. We cannot stop that. That is the scientific principle here. The only thing is, by practicing all these modifications, we can delay it. So we cannot, again, and anti-aging industry, products in the market. There are billion-dollar industries in this world running now. So many MNCs, they are thriving on this anti-agi products in the market. The only thing that they are doing is they are selling this in the form of selling this dream that if you apply such and such product, you will gain back that glow that you had in your 20s or 30s. Trust me, they don't work for the long time. The inside, the secret sauce over here is you have to practice preventive side way before, maybe decades earlier. Then you actually start aging. So use of rasayan, some of the herbs Dr. Gogia mentioned, you can again replay it back. You can start taking them in the form of churna, in the form of grit. There are medicated grit, infused herbs with those grit. They are available in the market. I'm especially talking about Indian market. In North America, US, and Canada, you have to find it online. They are not that much easily available. So, but still, Arjun Chal is available in the Indian grocery stores. Madhuyashti or Mulethi that Dr. Gogia mentioned is also available in the Indian grocery stores. How to take them? Again, replay it back, and as Dr. Gogia has instructed, take these medications, and you can prevent the decaying process of the aging process that happens in male patients. And of course, we will be having more of these lifestyle and dietary modifications in detail in next week in part 2 of this episode, this mental in this male health series, not mental health series, male health series. Especially we are talking about reproductive health. And in the next episode, part 2, Dr. Gogia will be telling us more about, like, breaking it down for us, what should be an ideal routine of a patient, of a person, starting from 6 a.m. in the morning, or maybe 5 a.m. for that matter, till 11 o'clock. What is that ideal Ayurvedic regimen, lifestyle regimen, along with diet, to prevent andropause? Because so many men, especially in their late 30s, they start, having all these precursors or symptoms. And if they know, if they have knowledge about this, they can certainly prevent it. So with all that, thank you so much, Dr. Gogia, for joining us and giving your precious time to us. And we will be seeing you again next week at 11 a.m. EST and 8:30 p.m. IST. Thank you again. Namaste.
Okay, thank you.